All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's get into some levels. Let's start with QQQ. We'll break down SPY, SMH, and then we'll go over some individual stocks here. Looking at QQQ, we are making newer highs here. Look at the last 5 days. We blasted up to $624. If you follow this on the 1 month chart, we're getting very close to this resistance level at $626 per share. You can see it has multiple rejection points hitting it at 626. So let's see what it does moving into tomorrow. This is definitely an opportunity here. I'll be watching this for a move higher. Looking at the SPY right here has made a new high here. It has broken this $687 level here, broken 687 here, and now it is also broken it and then retested it and now starting to move up higher. So let's see, are we going to get S&P 7,000? I definitely think it is very possible. Also, we were having some momentum on our side with the Van Eck SMH. If you look at SMH, the semiconductors, we have solidified this $360 level. This was tested last couple of days and now we are starting to move up. So definitely some stocks that I am looking at as we retest this 358, blast up 365. SMH has a potential chance here to move up to $374. And we're going to lead into the stock that I think is going to lead the way right here. We have Broadcom. If you look at Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO, was at $423 and then pulled all the way back to $320. Just that pullback alone from 423 down to 320 was a 23% pullback. It has recovered a little bit. It's at 16% down now. But the biggest thing that I notice when you look at this chart on the 1 month is you can see that we are starting to reclaim 350. It's still very early, but it is above 350. It had multiple points where it was rejecting. You can see right here, rejection right here, rejection in this area, but now look what we're seeing. This was the big focal point right here. I'm going to zoom in on this. Look at this candle right here, very thin, and it recovered. So this is very important to see. When you look at the 5-day, it pulled back 347, pushed people out and started pushing back up. So now we have consolidation as 350. Let's see if we can start going higher. If we break 353 tomorrow, we're definitely going to move up higher to 360. But stop loss got to be below this 346. I definitely would be paying attention to that. Next stock I want to get into is Google stock. Google stock is trading at $314 per share. This $314 per share, just keep an eye on. We just have to see, are we going to get above this 330? Right now, it is starting to curl back up. That's all I would look at with that. When it comes to Nvidia stock is trading from 170 to 196. It's just consolidating. I'm just watching it until we get a move out in one of these directions. Right now, it is too early to tell. Moving over to Microsoft, I think Microsoft is doing a very similar pattern here. It is trading within this range. Microsoft from 472 all the way to 494. We need to see where Microsoft is going to go here right now. Until it breaks 493, just continue to hold. And that's all we can do, waiting for the breakout so we can get above this level. If you zoom out on Microsoft on a 1-year chart, those highs at 553 were rejected. And that's something that we are watching. Moving forward, Apple stock is finally starting to pull back. It was at 288, pulled back to 273. When you look at this on a 1-year chart, it is very clear that Apple is trading at the top of the trend channel. So 288 pulling back. I'm looking for pullbacks like 250 to maybe start getting interested. But right now, there's nothing to look for in that, in my opinion. Let's go over some other stocks that I think offer ROI potential. You have Netflix stock. Netflix stock was going up on this trend here, but it has pulled back. If you look at it from $34, just kind of continuously going up, blasted up, retesting this $100 area, rejected it. Now, will we pull back and go to $83 per share, right where this support level is? That would be very interesting. Waiting to see what Netflix decides here. I'm going to continue waiting. I want to own shares of Netflix, but for now, I'm going to continue to just hold off, see if they pull back here and wait for that. We had that little bear flag forming. It does look like it is starting to sell off a little bit. Volume is low in the green candles, but it is Netflix, so we're not going to count them out yet. Let's go over to ticker symbol BMNR. These guys, when you look at this stock, BMNR is pulling back, and if it doesn't reclaim $36 per share, I definitely think it is bearish. You can see right here, it's clearly on the 3-month. You're looking for moves to retest this yellow zone back at $35 to $36. You've had rejection points right here that were support, and now they have turned into rejections, which is visualized right in this area here, visualized here, and now we are starting to make lower lows. So be cautious with BMNR stock. Amazon stock is trading within this zone. I definitely think this is another stock you should be considering. If you look at Amazon, we're trading between 215 and 240. It's got to get out of that slump right now, but right now it is just consolidating in this zone. It's much easier to see on the 1-year chart. If you zoom out on Webull, you can see right here that we are trading in this zone. So let's just wait and see where it decides to go. It's something that I will be paying attention to. Moving to Bitcoin, I want to see Bitcoin sell off more. Do I own Bitcoin? Yes. Would I like to, if I'm going to hold them long term, I want cheaper prices. I don't want it to keep going up. I want to get it if I'm going to hold long term. Looking for pullbacks from $87 down to 70 to 75,000 per share on Bitcoin. Ethereum, I just keep buying anything under 3,000 to me is a buy. I am aware that we could pull back to about 2,500. If that happens, I'm okay with that. I'm going to continue to be patient and dollar cost average. XRP, I've been buying, but it feels like it feels like a fallen knife here, 3.66 down to 1.86. There really is no floor here. It's a little kind of scary a little bit. I definitely think we could potentially see lows of $1 per share on XRP. Solana is another one that I like owning. I do believe they have more downside coming. I mean, if you look at this 6-month chart, year to date, all they've been doing is selling off, making lower highs. It is definitely in a downtrend, but looking at the 5-year chart, there is support around this $110 per share. So that's where I will start to accumulate some Solana when it comes. Something I will be watching in that meantime. Tesla stock made highs, but it is starting to reject. So this definitely will scare a lot of people that bought at $500 per share. You have 498.82. It's consolidating. It's got to get above this $500 per share, and it can continue to make higher highs. For now, I think 468 is your line in the sand. I will continue just holding my shares and watching Tesla from $200 per share. We'll see how it goes from there. I think you should keep an eye on APLD stock. It has really pulled back. It had these head and shoulders that we talked about a month ago. Rejected here, sold off. Now we just got to see. It's got to prove itself, do well on earnings, etc., and then push back up. So APLD is interesting, $25. Watch 21 base for that as well. CoreWeave has sold off as well. When you look at year to date, it was trading at $187 per share. CoreWeave pulled back from 187 all the way down to $65 per share. It's trading in this zone, $65 to $100 per share. If you think there's recovery, look for moves back to 100. Keep your stop loss below that $64 per share. I think that would be the easiest way to play it. Last but not least, I just want to go over Oracle stock. Oracle stock is something that I think is interesting. When you're looking at Oracle stock, we had that pullback because it's all tied to OpenAI's billion-dollar investment. And what's interesting to them is they were $345 per share. They pulled all the way back to 180. That's a 47% pullback. So if you're entering 2026 looking for trades, this is a potential one. You can easily follow a stop loss below 177, which is that low. If they do break that, they could slip as low as $135. I'm going to continue waiting on Oracle. I'm not going to buy Oracle stock. I want to see them sell off even further. I don't know if that's going to happen. They may fully recover, but we'll have to give it some time.